Welcome and thank you for joining us for our second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. We're turning our attention to social media influencers. Do they have too much power? We've seen the positive side of this through social media food critic Keith Lee. His reviews have helped multiple restaurants across the country go from obscurity to very high demand, making a lot of money. But what about the negative side? What about the influencers who break a business without any real knowledge of that business or because it's personal? They have no one to answer to. Joining us to talk about it, publicist Brigitte Holden, CEO of Regal Media, Todd Smith, and influencers, Houston's Lala and Jamaniac. Glad to have you all both here on The Factor. So, yes, Lala, we pose this question. Do you think some influencers may have too much power, and do you think some influencers may abuse that power?
You know, as far as what I do, and I've done this a long time, you know that, I'm an OG already in the scene. I love the whole influencer thing. It helps a lot of businesses. I think when I get you know, hit up by clients, you have to really pick and choose who you're going to represent, because you're representing them and they're representing you. You know, I'm not about the money. I mean, I am, but not just the money. It has to really, it has to fit your lifestyle, your brand, your name, you know what I mean? So, because yeah, you know, if you do something with a client and they fall off or do something shady, it comes back on you. So it's really, you have to be really careful who you do business with. But I love what I do as an influencer. I think it's great for a lot of people who really do it the right way. And I've done it for so long that I know how to really market myself.
But you do think there are some people who do it the wrong way?
I don't know. Not that I can think of off the top of my head that are doing anything wrong. I mean, you just have to really know how to pick and choose your clients, who you do business with.
Because recently there was an article, a national article, that indicated that this young lady wanted, an influencer wanted to review this restaurant. This restaurant said, look, you don't have enough followers for us to even be interested, so no. And so she went online, wrote a negative review and said, this is a horrible place.
She got upset because they didn't pay her.
But it bit her in the ass because people are saying, look, you have 12 followers.
Yeah.
So Jamaniac, let's bring you into this. Your thoughts about this?
She probably went viral after that. Hey, yeah, people do that. I mean, I think it's funny because they have communities that do that. I think like the Yelp community, that's super funny because they can go on there and just say whatever anonymously.
You're right.
And so people have, behind that keyboard, they can abuse it. So you do have people that will go that route, though. Just to, there's a few like food influencers, like the people that I know, that are just going there and bash. And I'm like, why y'all doing this? When y'all know, you know, it's different reasons for, you know, why the food might not be that great that day and stuff like that. So you can be negative with it, but obviously we ain't trying to go that route. So
absolutely. And of course, Brigitte, you and Todd both know as journalists, if we're on TV, if we have our platforms, there's still nothing we can say negative about a business that happens to us personally.
Exactly.
We cannot do it.
No,
like if someone says, Isaiah, get the hell out of here, you're horrible, I can't come on the show and say it. You know, that's just the way it works in journalism. So what do you guys think about the different standards that we have when it comes to influencers and journalists, and do you think some influencers go too far? Both of you.
Well, I think some can go too far. If you're being vindictive, like Jamaniac, my bad, and Lala said, and just posting negative things just because you got your feelings hurt, then that's taking it too far. Now, if you really had bad service and you're just expressing what has happened, I've faced discrimination at places that I thought was racial. I'm not going to bash the people. I'm not going to tell you don't go there, but I'm going to share my experience. And if people respect me, they might not go there. And I don't even think it started with social media. There have always been influencers. My pastor, mega church, hangs out with other pastors who have mega churches. He went to a restaurant in Miami, gave them horrible service. He pulled the lady to the side like, this is pastor so-and-so of this church. This might not mean nothing to you, but this pastor has 20,000 members. This one has 30,000. It's nothing for him to get in front of his congregation and say, this is my experience. And if my pastor says, I was discriminated against, I ain't going there. So, but if you're doing it to be vindictive, that's bad. And as a journalist, you have to take yourself out of the story. You know what I mean? So that's just unprofessional. Like I wrote an opinion column about my experience, but I'm not just going to go, don't go to this place. That's just unprofessional. You know what I mean? So people have to realize that you might have influence, but use it in the correct way, because it's only a matter of time before somebody turns the table on you.
All right, Bridget, let's hear from you.
But, you know, in my opinion, you know, you're right. We can't say what we want to say, because I've been in situations where I wanted to say something. People come after me online sometimes, and I'll write it out, but then I have to backspace that thing, because
that's what I always do. I write it, and then I erase it.
And then I take it off.
I never post it.
Right, because no one, I'm already seen as a certain way, in a certain image. And if I say something negative, then people are going to say, ooh, and it will either backfire against me, or people will rally behind that and say, oh, I can't believe you did that. So I think as influencers and journalists, because we're influencers, we have the power as well to make and break. We need to use it responsibly.
But we just can't, I can't use my power.
That's why, what's the belly though, Isaiah?
All my life I had to fight. I'm powerless. I can't say nothing about nobody.